back to my channel. I am the Electrified Latina, and today I'll be talking about how to improve range on your e-bike. I will be giving you 7 tips about how to do this, all for free. If you follow my 7 tips, you'll be able to increase your range by an average of 30%. But before we dive in, let's roll the intro. If your tire pressure is low, that can make a huge difference in range. So you can find the recommended tire pressure on the side of the tire. In this case, it says minimum 40 psi and maximum 65 psi. So what I do is I pump them up to the recommended, almost all the way up to the recommended psi. So in this case, maximum is 65, so I would pump it up to like a 55, 60, because you can also overinflate them, and in that case you can get pinch flats. But by doing this, leaving it right under the maximum, that's going to make it very efficient and the least rolling resistance you're going to have. Tip number 2, try to use pedal assist as much as possible instead of just relying on the throttle. So when using pedal assist, try to keep it at level 1 or 2, and yeah, this will help you with your range big time. As long as your pedals are engaged and you're putting in a little bit of power, probably at least 50 watts of power, that equals to 20% off of the load of the battery. So that means you're going to get 20% more range. Tip number 3, this is how you're using your motor power. Most people would assume that you are using the most amount of battery power when you're going to top speed, when in fact, you use the most amount of power when accelerating from 0 up to your cruising speed. So try to minimize how much power you use from 0 up to your cruising speed, and there are 2 ways to do this. Assuming you're in a flat, you can start by pedaling without any motor assistance. So I have my motor completely turned off, and then I'm gonna start pedaling like this, okay? Once you get to your cruising speed, which this will be pretty good, now I'm gonna turn on my bike. Now I have pedal assist. And guys, so once you get to your cruising speed, it doesn't require much power to maintain your speed. The other thing you can do from accelerating from 0 is to have it at a very low pedal assist. I have it on number 2. You can do 1 or 2, very low, and then once you get to your cruising speed, you can increase it, but remember, it's all about saving battery, so we want to keep it at a low pedal assist. Tip number 5, carry as little weight as possible. If you have a rear basket, take the things out of the basket, and if possible, just detach the basket. See, I have a backpack I'm gonna take off and just like try to shed some weight. Now, this is not gonna make much of a difference if you're in a flat, but if you're riding on hilly terrain or even very terrain, it's going to make a massive difference. Guys, even 5 pounds of extra weight will make a difference. Next tip, the faster you ride, the least efficient you're going to be. So if you're riding at 20 miles an hour, let's say from 10 miles an hour, this is going to take an exponential amount more power. It's not gonna be double, like it's gonna be exponential, like 10 times more. So it's going to be a lot better if you're cruising around 10 to 15 miles an hour, you're going to be getting way more range. Tip number 7. This one applies to e-bikes with a front suspension when they have a lockout, a lockout knob. So many people would ask me, like, why would you want to lock out your suspension? Well, guys, this is to increase range. So, okay, when you're pedaling, if you don't have it locked out, when you're pedaling, some of your effort is going to go for the bobbing up and down of the suspension. When you lock it out, all of your pedaling efforts are going to be to propel you forward. I hope you found these tips to be helpful, and then you can get increased range on your next bike ride by following these tips. So now the winter is around the corner. I will be making a video soon to help you in increasing your range during that season. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. I will be seeing you tomorrow back for another super cool video. Always remember, whatever you're doing, happy riding!